Phase Change Engineering Internship Day 6, Choosing an Optimal Design. If you're watching the video instructions, they cover the entire lesson, so you'll need to pause the video when necessary. Activity 1, Connecting to Futura Workspace. You'll read and pin today's message, Optimal Designs. Then you'll add your daily message notes by creating a new header with today's date and message topic. Students, open Futura Workspace and read the daily message from the project director. Remember that the new message, titled Day 6 Optimal Designs, should be at the top of the inbox. Add notes at the top of your existing daily message notes with the new heading Day 6 Optimal Designs. All of the notes you take for this message should fall under this heading. Ensure that you are clear on your tasks for the day, completing the design feedback summary, recording the additional designs in the baby warmer data sheet, identifying an optimal design, after hours, completing the trade-offs reflection. Teacher, reviewing design feedback. You received feedback letters from Anton. The feedback has suggestions, but not answers, about how to improve your designs in the next iteration. The feedback doesn't provide answers because there are many possible solutions to this problem. To figure out whether Anton thinks your results for each criterion were strong, moderate, or weak, you can look for phrases that state if something is good, just okay, or not great and needs a lot of improvement. These phrases are clues for how to make changes to your next iterations. I submitted an example design to Anton, and he shared some feedback with me so I could demonstrate how to interpret his comments. Let's analyze Anton's example feedback. I'll show larger versions of parts of the letter for us to discuss. I'm looking for language that will help me determine how my design performed for each criterion. The parts highlighted in green tell us the design strongly addressed the criterion of keeping average temperature near 37 degrees Celsius. The parts highlighted in pink tell us the design weakly addressed the criterion of minimizing time outside the healthy range. The parts highlighted in yellow tell us the design moderately addresses the criterion of minimizing total cost. You will each get a sheet for recording notes on your feedback and highlighters for color coding your notes. First, we'll review an example sheet together. You'll start by filling in the top row with details of the portable incubator version you submitted for feedback. This will be the design version that you marked with a star on your baby warmer data sheet, or you can view the design information by opening the baby warmer design form in Futura Workspace. As you read your feedback letters, you'll record notes in the second row of the table. Try to keep your notes brief instead of copying long parts of the letter. You should interpret the project director's suggestions through short notes to yourself. You can color code each cell to show how well your design addressed each criterion. Green, strongly; yellow, moderately; pink, weakly. In this example, it is clear that the design strongly addressed the criterion of baby's average temperature, but needs work in the other criteria. Open and read your feedback letters from Anton. Students, open and read your feedback letters labeled Feedback Baby Warmer Design in your Workspace inboxes. Summarize Anton's feedback by filling in the top rows. Use color to show where your design was strong, moderate, and weak. Discuss with your design partners, record notes in the table, and color code the feedback, as this acts as a quick reference to identify where your designs are successful and where they need work. You will complete the goal and design sections later. We can use this table to record the values that meant a design addressed the criterion strongly, moderately, or weakly. Let's start with the criterion of baby's average temperature. Which average temperatures meant your design addressed the criterion strongly? What about moderately? If you receive strong feedback, share your values for baby's average temperature. Record the highest and lowest temperatures for this category. If you receive moderate feedback, share your values for baby's average temperature. Record the highest and lowest temperatures for this category. It is not necessary to get values from designs that only weakly address the criterion, but you may if you wish. Next, we'll think about the criterion of time outside the healthy range. How much time outside the range meant your design addressed the criterion strongly? What about moderately? If you receive strong feedback, share values for time outside the healthy range. Record the shortest and longest times for this category. If you receive moderate feedback, share your values for the time outside the healthy range. Record the shortest and longest times for this category. It is not necessary to get values from designs that only weakly address the criterion, but you may if you wish. Now let's consider the criterion of minimizing total cost. What total costs meant your design addressed the criterion strongly? What about moderately? Well, if you receive feedback, strong feedback, share your total cost. Record the highest and lowest values for this category. If you receive moderate feedback, share your total cost, record the highest and lowest values for this category. And again, it is not necessary to get values from designs that only weakly address the criterion, but you may if you wish. Were any of you able to strongly address all three criteria? It is very hard to address all three criteria equally well, but it's important to try to improve our designs as much as possible for each criterion. Sometimes, to strongly address one criterion, you have to give up how well you address another. These are trade-offs, and you probably experience these trade-off decisions in your daily lives. You will have some time today for more iterative testing to improve on your designs. Trade-off: when you have to give up one thing in return for another. At Futura, engineers consider trade-offs in their designs when they prioritize one criterion over another. A trade-off happens in a situation where a design has good results in one criterion but not in another. Often, you will find that you need to prioritize one criterion over another when considering changes to your designs. What kind of trade-offs did you make in your submitted design? Students, discuss that with your partners. Now you and your partner will discuss your design with another pair. What trade-offs did you make? How were the trade-offs that other pairs made similar or different? We might say trying to get the shortest time outside the healthy range might require using more expensive materials, and what will distinguish one design from another are the goals and priorities or the specific details of the incubator. You will have a chance to write about your trade-offs for after-hours work. The explanations you provide will help you when it is time to write a conclusion for your final proposal at the end of the project. Remember, the purpose of iterative testing is to gather information that will help you inform and improve your next test. Row 3 of the table is for setting your goals. Goals are the numbers that you will try to achieve in your next design. Your goal may be a specific number, like the cost of $50, or a range of numbers, like an average temperature of 36.9 to 37.1 Celsius. To figure out your goals, you should think about the ranges of numbers that your colleagues shared, and also think about which criterion you're focusing on as a priority. The bottom row is for redesign strategies. These are strategies to help you reach the goals you just set in the row above. I explained my strategy for achieving my targets in the last row. Determine your goals and redesign strategies and record them in the bottom 2 rows of the table. Students work together to determine your goals and complete a redesign strategy for each criterion. Teacher, testing final designs. Optimal, most successful considering the situation. At Futura, we choose an optimal design based on evidence from many tests. It's impossible to strongly address all 3 criteria equally, so you had to make choices, set priorities, and accept trade-offs when you designed your portable baby incubators. Now you should have a better idea of what your optimal design might look like. Next, you will conduct more iterative tests using Anton's feedback. Your goals will help you choose the final optimal design you want to propose. The objective for today's testing is to identify your optimal design. Your optimal design may end up being one that you already completed previously or a new one you test today. Remember, you have limited time to plan and test new designs. Build and test your new versions of your design to find the optimal one. Analyze each version before you plan the next and record your data. Students, navigate to the Baby Warmer design tool and return to iterative testing. Use new Baby Warmer data sheets if you need them. Remember to record each new version's test results and make use of your redesign notes and the goal values recorded on your design feedback summary sheets. Look over your designs and choose the one that you think is optimal. Write optimal or final next to the version number you select. This will be the design that you will write about in your proposal. Have you had more success with your incubator designs now that you've refined goals and had a better understanding of the project? Activity 2, After Hours Work. For this task, you will complete the trade-offs reflection form. The trade-offs you describe should be about the version you choose as your optimal design. Students, complete the task after hours. End of lesson.